Hey everyone, Lauren Berger here. I post new videos every Wednesday. Please subscribe by clicking on the red button below. Today's video is about how to make the most of your career fair. I know that a lot of you have career fairs coming up, so I was thinking, what do they need, right? What do my people need for their career fair? And I think the first thing is a professional outfit. I believe that a blazer makes the world better. So throw on a blazer and pants that aren't jeans and closed-toed shoes that aren't dirty, and I think you guys are going to be good to go for the career fair. If your school has a more formal dress code for the career fair, then you definitely might want to think about wearing the business suit. Bring some sort of portfolio with you so that you can carry your resume. You're going to want to bring copies of your resume. Are employers going to want your resume? Maybe not, but if they do, you want to make sure to have it on hand. Don't worry about a cover letter. You're going to be meeting a lot of different people, but bring copies of that resume. If you guys have business cards, make sure to bring them with you and bring enough with you. I would say you want to bring at least like 30 business cards with you to a career fair, if not more. And you want to be able to keep them in a place where they're not going to get all gross. And I would also bring a notebook and a pen, because you never know when an employer is going to go into great detail on an internship position, on an application process. And if that's the case, you want to be able to whip out that notebook and take some notes. So those are the things that I think you're going to need for your career fair. The only other thing I can think of is bring a granola bar, just in case there's long lines and there's a lot of waiting around. So my tips for making the most of the career fair, the first thing is I want you guys to track it. A lot of career fairs are actually over Valentine's Day this year, but track the main career fair for your campus. And then also, if your department has a major specific career fair, you want to be aware of that as well. So if the communication school does a career fair, the engineering school, etc. Again, you want to make sure that you're prepared. So not only with your materials, but also just in terms of who's going to be there. So if you can, sometimes you cannot, go to the career center, ask for a list of employers who are going to be present at the career fair. This way you can go through with a highlighter and you can highlight the people that you want to make sure that you speak with. If there's any companies that you haven't heard of before, go out of your way to look them up. Maybe they're your dream company and you don't even know it yet. So make sure you prepare for the career fair as much as possible. So you'll have your materials ready, you'll bring everything with you. You want to focus on having memorable conversations. The employers at the career fair, they're going to meet hundreds of students, every single day that they're at a career fair, and they might go to 5 different career fairs at 5 different universities just in 1 week. So you want to make sure that you're coming across as passionate, as someone who's done their due diligence, someone who has the right questions to ask, and someone who can make casual conversation. So approach the employer and just kind of see where the conversation takes you. If they feel more, professional, assertive, you can handle that. But if you sense that they want a small talk and they want to talk about how they took their dog to the vet earlier that day, you can jump in on that conversation as well. So don't be afraid of a more personal conversation if the conversation naturally takes that role. If the conversation naturally takes that turn, your job is to present yourself professionally and just kind of be ready for anything. I do recommend that when you're preparing to go to the career fair, you have a few key questions, maybe just 2 or 3, for each of the employers that you're interested in speaking with, even if it's just about the internship. And you can ask questions like, what do you look for in an intern? Or, I'm currently writing for my school newspaper. Would it be appropriate to include 2 samples in my internship application? Or what kind of letters of recommendation do you think are best to stand out for this internship? You can ask those questions, so keep that in mind as well. You want to make sure that after you leave a booth at the career fair, you have a way to follow up. If that is not clear, go ahead and ask, what is the best way to follow up with you? Now, a big mistake students make is with the business cards. They tend to do this. Take my business card. Take my business card. Take my business card, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to scare people. You don't want to attack them. And you don't want to give them the business card if they don't want it. So what you want to do is you want to ask for the permission. You want to say, I have a business card. It has all of my information. Would it be okay to leave one with you? Okay? So you're going to leave them the business card, but don't walk away with just that. Make sure that you have an actionable step. And that's why you're going to ask, what is the best way to stay in touch with you? And they'll say, look me up on LinkedIn, or I'm really active on Twitter, or here's my email. Whatever they want you to have, they're going to give you in that conversation. So make sure to keep that in mind and walk away with a way to contact them. This isn't dating, right? You don't need to wait for the boy to call you. After the career fair, just remember, you're going to meet a lot of people. Some of them you want to work for, some of them you don't. That's okay. Stay in touch with everybody. I've said this before on the channel. People change jobs almost every 3 years these days. You never know where someone is going to end up. So you want to make sure that you're staying in touch with these employers 3 times a year and you're always following up, because you never know when an opportunity is going to present itself. So good luck. Go make the most of that career fair. And I'm thinking about you guys.